Good evening, everyone. The angels first. Cheers. Tonight's going to be a bit different. We got the game yesterday to a reasonable position where I was about to make a horde base, have a horde, find a chicken, that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to carry that on tomorrow. Hello, 77. We're going to carry on the game tomorrow because it's in the perfect time just to carry on tomorrow when I do the Steam stream. But what I do have to do, I thought kill two birds. Oh, I can't even speak. Kill two birds with one stone. What I do need to do is make a whole bunch of maps with the Ultimate RWG mod. So I've installed it on here today, the very latest version, Dark Sector. Hello, chickens. And we're going to do that tonight. So yeah, sorry, chickens, Dark Sector. I'm going to be chasing a chicken tomorrow. A little bit earlier, 2 hours earlier than this. But only streaming, I will be here at 8 o'clock tomorrow. But only streaming on the 7 Days to Die Steam homepage. But tonight we're going to be looking at, boom, this is the very latest version that is unreleased of my Ultimate RWG mod. And what I have to do is I've got plenty to do. I've got to do my little instructions. Got to get all my instructions in there and everything. We've laid everything out in this beautiful kind of system here. Oh, do you know what? Seeing as the music's fading, bing bong, let's get rid of it. So, chasing like the old days, exactly. So yeah, we're going to make some maps tonight. We're going to make some maps tonight. Because basically what I want to do is have a whole bunch of maps. I've cleared out my generated worlds folder, except for my game. And we're going to try and see if we can make loads today. That's basically the deal. So if you want to see gameplay, bye! Today, well, we might go into a few games and have a look. But basically the idea is I want to try and make some beautiful maps. At the moment there is a map generator here. And this, I've got some more in here. I've got to try all of these first and see. There's a whole load of crazy things here. They're all rather crazy, but we're gonna try them. Well, we're just gonna try lots of different things. So the question is what should we do? Let's just try a vanilla and balanced. I'm going to apply this preset here, and we're going to generate our own map to start with. So I'm not going to do any other crazy stuff. We're going to do an 8K world. We need to have a seed. I don't know what we'll do. We'll call it chickens. Chickens can be our seed this time around. If you want to keep putting seed names or random words or gobbledygook and numbers into the chat, then I can use those. That's fine. But we're going to start with chickens. Oh, hang on. No, we're not. We're going to chart one, two. Oh, gosh, I can't. Hang on. Copy message. Boom. Chickens. That's what Dark Sector said. That is the one that we're going to do. South Yorosujuri territory. Well, no. That's actually 8K chickens. That's what it is. 8K chickens. So that means that's going to give us our map name. Now, that's interesting. Because already I can see a problem. I can see a problem. Because normally what happens is when I type in here, and I've still got to get rid of that little bit. When I type in here, it edits that. Maybe it's because I haven't... I don't know. That's something that might have broken. I need to make a list tonight. I don't make a list. That used to come up. So I might have girls only. Okay. I need to make a list. Where's my... Have I got any paper on me? Oh no. It's going to be one of those days where I don't have any paper on me. Great. Notepad. Notepad. I'm going to make myself some notes here. So good old fashioned notepad. And we're going to go RWG notes. Right. So there you go. We've got some notes in our notepad. I don't know if you can see that. You can. We've got some notes in the notepad. So we can put some stuff in here. Why does name of, why does map name not appear? Does it work? Check. I've opened it. Oh, hello. Who's this? Who's this? Thank you for the sub. New sub, it says. I don't quite know what happened there. It's come up with lots of things. You've gifted a sub. Dark Sector has. Oh, I see. My little alert system doesn't say that. I have to look up here. Dark Sector, thank you for the random. Tuafuel. Well, let's hope they turn up. Are they hiding there? Are they hiding here? I don't know. But thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And I'm sure they will love it. And they've just subscribed as well, it said. So maybe are they a friend of yours or something? I don't know. Anyway, brilliant. Thank you very much. Boom. Why doesn't that work? And remove back / delete from map or map name box. That's something I've got to do. That's okay. I can do that. I'll put that back over there. Get everything back up here. Nice dice. Level 50. Welcome. How you doing? You good? Cheers, everyone. We're making maps tonight. We're making maps. We're going to continue the game tomorrow on the Steam stream. Right now, we're going to make maps. So I've already found a couple of issues. I haven't got any instructions. I've actually put in a funky little... I've got buttons now within the mod, so people can go to the website, Discord. How cool is that? But we're going to try and make, to start off with, just a vanilla and balanced 8K map. Let's generate the world, and then we can see. The seed code not working too. What's that? What do you mean seed code's not working? What was wrong? World seed, I typed it in. Oh no, it changed at the top now. Oh, when I hit go, before it used to type it in. I must have messed with something. So it has actually called it 8K chickens. Why is the seed code not working? It needed the seed to make the map. Or the share code. Yeah, that's a weird one. That one keeps popping in and up. I know. We'll try it in a second. Let's just make this map and have a look. This is all on default at the moment. So we're getting, you know, our kind of so many % of hills and little bits and bobs and whatnot. Doesn't look like a good map. Not a good map, chickens. That is not very good in the wasteland down there. But this is what it's all about, okay? Load, copy, paste. Maybe that's just died a death. Because I've added these, and I bet you I've done something so it's not coming up anymore. I've been messing with the XML, and I bet you I've killed it. Whoopsie. Quick, notepad. Why is there no... why is there no RWG settings code? Probably because I messed it up. But that's what happens. That's okay. Well, I can. These are little things. Right, that's no good. What else are we going to try? Girls only. Girls only. Does that make it like? What's the difference between chickens and girls only? Right. Let's generate that and just see. Is it particularly different? It's only 28 degrees in my room right now. That's all. I'm not hot. Oh my gosh. So let's see what we get. See, the problem is because we've got these damn mountains. They're all over the place. They're just not, they're whatever. Why am I trying to generate a vanilla map? I don't know. Although this one, look at this. We've actually got some bits and bobs in here. All right, we've got a nice kind of... Oh, yeah. Oh, but look at over here. Sorry, I was thinking of the wrong one. The burnt's nice now, but this is rubbish. Why has it not put something in that big blob there? I don't know. I don't know. I think I might remove vanilla and balanced because it doesn't do much and it doesn't really explain what's going on. I might remove that. Remove vanilla and balanced. Just don't need it. I don't think I need it. Let's try something else. Coastal continent. I don't know what the apply this. Generate world. Oh, we're still using girls only. I'll get another message of 50 in a minute. He's written, "I got you." We'll try that as a seed as well. I got half my building yard drained. You keep sucking, love, and you'll get that building yard. Every single part of it will be drained, and you will win that game. Come on, what have we got now? See, this is it. These damn mountains suck. Mountains suck. Who here just goes mountains down? Do you know what I mean? So this means that these settings here, because I haven't set anything else, they're defaulting to the vanillas. But we have like a coastal continent. So we've got the continent here. We've got a little bit of a coast here. Kind of looks all right, but we've still got an issue here. I'm trying to work out what's going on here. I think what we need to do is we need to get rid of some mountains and some hills. Let's just go plains to start with. Maybe a few hills, just for whatever sake. And let's generate the same map again. And try and see if it puts a bit more, because I want to know why the wasteland is being so blur. Do you know what I mean? It's the 8th level. The 8th level out of how many? How many hours have you got in the game now? How much sucking have you done? Come on, man, now. It's crazy. Sitting there. I love it. They give you a little hoover thing, and it sucks up a massive area, and the water doesn't really go down to nothing, and then they go, oh, that's enough. It's like, what? This is weird. I don't know why we've got this bit of issue here. We've got a lack of this. Welcome to doing these things. I know how to break games. Right, let's go back to reset everything. Let's just do what we normally would do. I'm going to put... I got ya into here. We don't need anything, but let's just generate it to start with. I'm just going to try an app. What? Okay, so this is a problem already. Because what's happened here? I've just reset everything and it's gone to crazy mode on me. That's not a default vanilla map, is it? Oh, when will I ever get this released? I do not know. Doesn't matter. We'll keep working. Or is this the seed of doom? Have we actually accidentally come across the seed of doom? Right, I don't know. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to have the absolute, you know, the West Yuxfu territory, the default of all defaults. Because this is an issue. See, that's an issue. Escape. I'm going to restart the game. Let's restart the game, and I bet you it comes back. Discard that. Quit that. No, chicken. Start the game again, and then we'll see if it goes back to under vanilla. So something is not fully resetting with the reset. Something is being a bit naughty. You brought them, or did you bought them? You bought them. You bought 2 more, yeah? All right, I'm not going to touch anything. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to go blup, 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 blup. But, what 2 new games? Oh! Is that changed in 3.1? What? Am I losing my mind? This doesn't look like a normal map. Maybe it is meant to look like that. It just looks a bit different to normal to me. But this is the default map, and that was a refresh. I didn't realise it was so square. Well, we've got the big city there. That's a standard vanilla map. That's fine. Okay. 5 games in a month. I'm still on this $15 game from 16 years ago. Even I've bought loads of games since, I just don't play them. Okay, so that's our default. That's our default. It's fine. Let's try some more. What have we got here? Well, anyway, no, let me try and impress you with some other bits and bobs. 50, are you there? I did something for you. I've got this new island generator. And if you go into it, you've got procedural and you've got world shape. All right. Oh, you know about this here, but have you seen what I've added? I've added Portugal. Now, my problem here is when you generate it, it doesn't always come out looking like you meant to. Portugal. Yeah, but there's another thing that I have fixed. And it should overlay and cut out an island kind of the shape of Portugal. You can tell me if it's really bad or if it's upside down. It's coming, it's coming. It's coming. Who's this coming? Ricky Mark 70. Ricky Mark 70. You follow. Thank you very much, Ricky Mark. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Totally looks like Portugal. Exactly. But you get a nice island all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? Like with all those little sections and stuff. It's kind of nice. But check this out. It starts here at United Kingdom. And you go right. And it's got all of these places. But I put a sneaky cheeky one in here. Look at this. If you go back to United Kingdom, but you click left, boom! Get the PGz logo. You get the PGz logo. Come on. So I put a little naughty one in there. Just thought, you know, like an Easter egg. It's got a. I need to get a Welsh one, but I put United Kingdom. Why do I need Wales on its own? I can if you want. Check this out. Boom! Look at that, lovely. And of course we can click on land bridges. Land bridges. And what it will do is it will make a little land bridge, so you don't need a boat mod. Now I haven't zoomed in actually and checked the land bridges are the right height. We do need to have a look at that. But let's try this and have a look. I want to see. And then we'll mess about a bit more. And then what I do actually want to make some maps tonight. This is what I want to do. Look at that. It's decided to put a land bridge in there. Oh dear. The land bridge is... Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's a land bridge. So that's kind of cool. Got the logo going. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. I like that. You need Japan. Have we got Japan? Boom! Japan. Generate that bad boy. Right now. Now, I don't know. It's not high resolution maps. These are lower resolution, so they just kind of make an island shape. But it's a nice, easy way of making a load of cool island shapes. That's one way of doing it. What have we got? Is that not a bad boy there? It's a bit unpopulated for Tokyo, but yeah. Boom! That's what we need, isn't it? Bit of fun, isn't it? And maybe we should draw in there. There's Russia. Russia's there. Literally island, Russia. You don't realise. You've got the closest border to Russia of any other country. Because there's an island here that they stole from... I mean, occupy. Yeah, kind of cool. Very cool. But there you go. It makes a nice little thing here. Do you know what I mean? You have to mess with the biomes to try and get them all to fit in. But I like it. I like it. I like it. So lots of them on here. I don't know what you fancy. I haven't tried them all, to be honest. Madagascar. Oh yeah, you gotta, you know, that's where the cartoon animals live, isn't it? Madagascar. All those cartoon animals. I wonder if that comes out nice. You can see a blob appearing there. It's kind of like that shape, isn't it? We'll see if it comes out. Madagascar. And you can scale it and make it smaller and bigger and all that. There's Madagascar. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Come on. Come on. Yeah. Only got a bit of desert there, but that's fine. So lots of different things. There's also, of course, the procedural. So we don't need this procedural layout. We can do all these kind of different bits and bobs. This is different to the original island generator, which made some nice maps, but it did it by trying to flood. This actually tries to make some stuff. So I just want to check these out. This is a natural archipelago. These are to do with the other settings. What's this one? This one is world shape mode uses shape scale. Yeah, this one is set the target map percentage selected it as land. So we want to have like, well, we'll stick with 42. We'll stick with 6 of these. And then we'll just go for the basics to start. We'll get rid of the bridges for now. And we'll see what we get. What do we get if we just want some kind of thing? Some standard, boring old islands. That looks like a big-ass island. That looks like lots of them have overlapped. Come on, what are you going to make for me? Oh, I'm going to go through it today. Damn, it's so hot. 28 degrees in here. 28 degrees. That's just a big blobby island, isn't it? Still, it's cool. Okay, what if I go main island and satellites? I want to see what the difference is. I made this several days ago, so I can't remember. Plus the one I showed you, anyway. That looks like a main island. I don't think I've got much coming off. I've got something up the north there. And that's about it. We could change the coast detail and the island separation and all of this kind of stuff. We could do some messing around with it. Yeah, we got some blobby bits. It's kind of still fun, isn't it? Look at that, sort of like concentrate around there and stuff. Let's have a look. What's this? An island chain. 6 island chain. Let's try and get some rugged coastline. Island separation wide. Relief high. Let's see what happens there. And get some land bridges in there. Mickey? 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 What are you talking about? You're taking the Mickey. Did I say taking the Mickey and you don't know what I mean? Taking the Michael. And what we got? Oh, there's some blobs, but they all seem to be quite big. Oh, it looked like Mickey. Well, that's just turned out to be a right weird thing, isn't it? I don't know. Not very island chainish. What if we were to go shape scale? And I think this is what you've got to do. If I bring the shape scale down to 50, if I bring it down to 50, then the shapes all become a little bit smaller. And then they might all kind of splurgy out. No, it hasn't really done it too much, has it? Well, whatever. It's still made an island. You still need space. That's the problem. It might be nice if I can make loads of little islands, but you won't get any anything actually spawn on it. You know what I mean? And it will be a waste of time. So they've got to be quite big. That looks very similar indeed. Let's try. We'll keep that down here. We'll try and have less water. Let's go right up here. I don't know. Let's have a look here. Coastal wild. And let's try broken continents. Oh, I've got incontinence. No, I don't. But I've got a broken continents, maybe. I doubt they'll be broken. It'll just be a big blob again, won't it? It's so hard to do this. It really is. That looks like a big-ass blob. That is a huge one. That is... Oh, that's like a whole continent that's broken off. Absolutely schmacked. It's been hit by some kind of, I don't know, meteor strike there. Shblob. See, now that ain't half bad. That's not half bad. Because you make yourself, you know, a nice kind of vanilla style map. Obviously, we want to start making some of these things a bit more juicier. We want to get more of these bits and bobs on, which we can do in a minute. I love that. Bit of river coming in. Do you know what I mean? All right. I'm not sure about this river, but it's kind of interesting. These are nice, though, because we've got rivers kind of coming in and out the sea. Look at that bit there. Doesn't that look cool? I like that. Oh, look at those little two. What do we got here? A shack and a wilderness filler. Oh, I like that. Look at all these. Actually, these don't look as bad because they are the rivers, but they just kind of end up looking like weird bits. Oh, I like this one. Maybe we could save this one as something like, I don't know. It's got no world seed in there. What if we were to call this something like 8K vanilla? Oops. Vanilla Island. Because that's what it is. Let's just check we've actually got some traders. One trader there, one trader there. We've got a trader there. Yeah, we've got a trader here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 traders there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Look like a lack of traders in one of these. This one here. 1 trader, 2 trader, 3 trader. That's all right. I want a 4th. There it is. So we've got 4 traders in most of them. I think that might be good. That's an interesting looking map, isn't it? So we're going to generate it again, but give it a name this time. Howdy, some guys. Someone going to generate this one, but we're also going to say, just for fun. How are you, some guys? We're just making maps tonight. We're going to continue gaming tomorrow, but I need to make some maps. So we might test some of them out and go and walk around them and just have a look, or debug, fly around. But basically, I want to make some maps. I want to try them out. And we've made our first one. Our first one, 8K Vanilla Island, which is all good. I love that we've actually got some rivers going into the sea. Got some nice coves up here and stuff. Let's try. Oh, let's go back and save it. All right, let's go to editing tools. Check out our islands. Procedural. Now, if we go back, this has definitely died. I have done something here. I've broken that. I'm glad we noticed it. Let's have a look. The problem is I now can't copy back what I need. Do you know what I mean? You're good. Excellent. Not going to say the battle I'm currently going through, but what have you is keeping me sane. I'm keeping you sane. I hope that's not me. Hopefully 50's keeping you sane. Right. Well, we got a Vanilla Island. I'd like to kind of do a 10K one. I'd like to do a 10K island. Hang on, did I accidentally change that other one to 10K? Let me have a quick look here. Generated worlds. No, 8K Vanilla Island is there. Let's do a 10K one. I'm going to call this 10K Vanilla Island. And this time, let's see if we can make one. Procedural. Scattered isles, atolls. Let's see what that's all about. Let's just see to start with. We'll generate a few. Although this is 10K, so it's a bit of a pain. In fact, I should generate lots of like 6Ks. And once I've got the settings right, then make a 10K. That might be a better idea. But we'll do that. Ooh. This looks interesting. It's like Donutsville. Well, this is, yeah, I might have to go back to 6K and just do some quick ones. And we'll work out. Once we've got the shape, we're fine. Oh, so thirsty. So much heat. But we'll try one. 10K. How long is that going to take? Shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, takes 50 seconds. That's fine. Kind of looks cool. Kind of looks cool. I kind of like that. We got. Let's see if we've got. We might keep this anyway. Look at that. We've got plenty here. Plenty going on around here. And I can see a trader. That's good. Just chicken traders are making it. That's kind of cool for the snow zone. There's some mountains. Got some interesting crap in here. A nice little island with some extras. It's a shame a trader didn't appear on there. That would be awesome if it did. There's only a little hop, skip, and a jump over there. So actually, that's interesting because you'd look at that. You don't need a land bridge. You just need to go, whoa, and get across that. That's kind of cool. With a little bit of burnt just on the edge here. I like that. Should we keep that? I like that one. And then we'll try and do something funky. So this one we're going to call 10K 10K Vanilla Holy Island. Holy Island. Do you like it? Oh, hang on. Oh, I'll have to change it manually then. Okay, that's right, because I didn't do it at the right time. 10K Vanilla Holy Island. I like that. Right. What's next? What's next? Let's go to the general. Let's start messing with some of these things. Right. We're gonna try and make a you know, in fact, if I just call it map, every time I save it, it's going to call it map, and I can just change its name manually, which is fine. Let's have a look. Let me show you a cool little feature that I've put in. I did put some stuff on the Discord. But we have some extra bits and bobs to do with the terrain now. Oh, and I've changed one other thing. This is one that no one's seen yet. POIs. I've taken out all the weird kind of options I had, and now you can pick what POIs appear in each biome. So if you were to want tier 1s in the forest, tier 2s in the burnt, tier 3s in the desert, tier 4s in the snow, and maybe the wasteland could have tier 3s and 4s, or we could do something like this. You know what I mean? Whatever you want, you can kind of make a funky kind of deal. You know what I mean? You can kind of get everything in there in the exact place that you want, just like you can do the same with the townships. You can decide what goes into each one and that kind of stuff, so which is kind of cool. Made it a little bit easier, really. We could make something with a central crater. Let's get a central crater. Boom. Empty crater. Allow prefabs inside a crater. Let's have a big crater. Crater diameter. Oh, look at this. My crater diameter sets at 0. That's annoying. I need a default. Need default crater. Central crater. Central crater. Crater diameter. Okay. But let's make a crater diameter of like, boom, kilometer. Make it deep. Deep. Loads of height. Ruggedness. Bowl roughness. Heavy. Rim brakes. Don't need any of them. The ejector apron, the bit on the outside. Just make that lot. No, make it heavy. Alright. So we're gonna add a crater. What else are we gonna do? We're going to no. We're going to edge. That's what I'm looking for. Edge mode. Let's make it. This is another way of making a an island of some description. We can do all of that. Shoreline noise medium. Shoreline shape. Soft curve. Oh, it's got all these weird ones. Let's go broken coast. I don't know what it's going to make. I made that a long time ago. And then let's just see what happens. Generate that world and then keep adding to it. It's best to add little bits at a time and develop your map on a lower, you know, don't sit there and set 1,000 settings and then hit 16k map and come back 30 minutes later and go, oh, it's no good. Do you know what I mean? You've got to know roughly it's doing what you want, because at the moment it's still working with vanilla stuff, you know, the vanilla mountains. I haven't changed them, so we're going to want to change that, or we want to pick our own. Let's have a look. Come on. Give me all your loving. Come on. See, that's an interesting coastline. Got a big crater in the middle. Let's have a look at what that crater looks like. What do you think? Should we allow wilderness in the middle? Look at that crater. Oh my god. Impact zone. That'd be good if you had like the wasteland in the middle rather than the forest. Do you know what I mean? That's what we really need. But it kind of looks cool. Not quite what I'm looking for. Let's try another preset, shall we? Let's try the old-fashioned multi-island. See how that comes out. Just to see what shape it is compared to the new one. This one doesn't generally come out. It's so hard to make a... I don't want islands to come out as these little things. You just don't get any towns on them, so it's still going to be quite a big lump. Well, we've got the craters left on there. Ah. Now that's interesting, because when you apply that, it should override every setting. That's another thing you need to look at. So when applying map director, it should clear all old settings, because it's left the crater in there, which is not really what we want here. But this one definitely has that kind of like lots and lots and lots of kind of islandy feels. But it makes lots of these things. It looks pretty, but it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant because it's just like, what's the point? Okay, interesting. But, well, I suppose that could be a good map. Look at this. This river has actually made like a land bridge across from one side to the other. That's kind of cool. You've got a nice big snowy zone in there with only one trader. You've got your desert area here, and this is kind of on its own island. And you've got a little western town out on the frontier here, near the burnt zone. Burnt zone's got some lakes and some bits and bobs in it. Does it have a trader? Yeah, it's got a lonesome trader over here. That's quite, and one over here. That's quite a nice challenging map. And then, oh, the wasteland's got naff all in it. Oh, that's a shame. The wasteland just didn't. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Let's get rid of the crater. And let's try and put, well, let's try and put something in there. Copy message, bam, delete. Let's generate this world and just see how it comes out differently. Because I'd love something like that. That'd be a lovely map. That would be a lovely map. What? Does this default have a crater? Because I thought I clicked the wrong one, didn't I? Let's cancel that one. Crater, vanilla, empty crater, off. Generate worlds. Let's see what it produces. But I don't know if everyone here has seen the biome border stuff. As I say, I put something on Discord to show it, but the biome border, oh my god, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. You can now have rivers down the whole of the biome borders. Proper rivers. Looks really cool. Right, what have we got here? Again, we don't have much going on in that zone. That's really annoying the way that's not coming out in here. So, can we change that? Right, so this is the whole point now. With the new settings that are on the unreleased version, we could start messing with this map. So let's try that. Firstly, let's bring these down and only have a few mountains, right? 20%, in fact, 20% is not great. Let's do that. Let's have 11% mountains, right? So that's going to hopefully give us a bit more room. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our terrain. No, not our terrain. Yeah, our terrain. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure you see all these lakes and everything that we have in the wasteland. We're going to remove the lakes, rivers, canyons, and craters from the wasteland. All right, we're actually going to get rid of them. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to raise the wasteland slightly. We're going to make it a higher level. And what we'll do is we'll put... Why don't we put... No, we won't do that yet. We'll just leave it as a smooth ramp. Okay, that's fine. So it's going to like put a little bit of a ramp coming up there. Is there a way to play around with ground elevation? That's what I'm doing. Elevation offset. I will show you that in a moment. I'll show you more of that. In fact, let's make the wasteland really high so you can see. It's going to be 40 meters high. Let's try that. The only thing is what, yeah, so I've taken off lakes and rivers. Let's generate that again. And this is the whole point. This is not like, you're not going to make quick maps on this. You're going to be messing and enjoying yourself and coming up with cool things. But let's try raising that up. Like basically getting rid of any crap that's going to stop us getting a nice bit of juicy, you know, stuff in there. I don't know what it's built there. It's got some kind of... It's going to crack that one open in a minute. We'll see. Come on, give us something nice. Nice and juicy. It'll be good. Oh, fingers crossed, everyone. But yeah, let me show you the elevation stuff. We'll make a 5 Kingdoms, one of my favourite maps. We'll make a 5 Kingdoms. Oh, interesting. But it still hasn't... Why is it... What? I keep having this problem, don't I? Look at this sole trader. Like, why am I not getting stuff in there? It's the preset. That's what it's this that's causing these bits to be in here, because this is how, in the old version, how it generated the islands. Gonna have to work on that. Abort. Okay, I'm going to reset everything by restarting the game, just to be, and then I'm going to show you some proper ones. Some guys are right. We'll make some 5 Kingdoms, because I do need a 5 Kingdoms map pack. Because I don't know, I like the 5 Kingdoms. I think it's quite nice. I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll start manipulating it and start doing some cool things. So, boom. So if you go into the director and find 5 Kingdoms and apply that, what you end up with is well, we'll start it off with this map. Let's just press the button and do it. What if you do terrain by biome? I just did. Maybe we're lagging. You can do terrain by biome, yeah. That's why I turned off rivers in that zone. But this is the 5 Kingdoms default map. And what we want to do is we want to make it even prettier. So this is a good way of testing the mod and testing the things that we can change in here. So we've got, at the moment, you've just got standard stuff. Now, I think what it does is the default one here, I put some blurring in here. You know, like as if you were to get a kind of paintbrush and try and blur the boundaries between the two. Just so on the ground it looks a bit better. This one's taken a little longer to generate. There's a lot going on here. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some funky, interesting things. We could actually... I've never done this with a crater in the middle. We'll try this. But we'll do some extreme stuff to see if we can really push out some interesting features. Now, this is good. This is good. There's nothing wrong with that map right there. Right? That map right there, 5 Kingdoms, generate it, gorgeous. We go down, have a look, and we see, actually talking about elevation, we can see that everything's at the same elevation. You can see that we've got this kind of, excuse me, blurring across the lines. This will just make it look a bit weird as you walk through. But if we make a really funky one, maybe we could go in game and have a good look at this one. This one's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. So, what can we change on this to make it even better? Well, if we go to the edge, and note the edge control, we could make it an island. Right, we could make it an island, but let's do the other bit first, terrain. So, what would you like? What would you like? Would you like the forest to be like, oh, should we do it like a, hang on, it's just like a clock. Boom, boom, boom. It's like an anti-clockwise clock, isn't it? So if we do this low, we do this high, there's going to be a big difference between these two. And then we're going to go 20 on here. Oops. Minus 20 here, 0, and plus 20 on here. So as we go round, it's going to go, this is going to have a big border, and it's going to get higher and higher and higher. So you're like walking round doing that. And then, yes, you can change what terrain you want in each one. So, for example, we could, like you really want plains in there, but we could turn around and say, right, I want, let's get rid of all this crap to start with, because we can do it manually. Let's have in the forest, nice lakes. That'll do. Lakes and plains, just beautiful, maybe some hills, yeah. All right, so we'll just have that. But still, remember, that is going to be using, we haven't changed any settings for it, so it's still using the vanilla settings. So there is no hills, and it has the default value for all of these. So it's still using this, even though we're telling it which to include and not. In the burn, what do we want in the burn? Well, we don't want any water, but we don't mind canyons and craters. Okay? and get rid of the mountains. In the desert, we want no hills and mountains. We want no lakes, no rivers. We might just want canyons. In fact, let's just put craters in that one, right? In the snow, we just want a load of mountains, maybe a nice lake, right? That'll do. And then in the wastelands, we want to have, like, just again craters maybe. That'll do, wouldn't it? All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. Now, what we can do is we can set our own values for all these things. So if we're going to do this, well, we'll do that in a bit. We'll stick with the vanilla ones for now. What we can also do here is we can change the biome transition. And this is the biome transition. Now, the biome transition, we can set these kind of blurrings, but this is a separate one. This is going to be in biome. And we're going to have soft borders here. And we've got these kind of diffusion of the biomes. But the terrain biome transitions, we can have a deep valley, a river, or mountains. Okay, let me show you the mountains. I like the mountains, right? We can also make the mountains, let's make it 180, the depth, whatever, but let's go mountain height and make them tall. And then we're going to go, now you can have biome boundary mountains on without having to mess with all this stuff here. I might be getting rid of that, I don't know. And we can have snow-capped mountain as well. Let's try that. Let's just try it. Let's see what happens. If you done biome map of dotted biomes all over, would that affect the terrain gen? I don't know. It might break it. I can use, I've got some dotty ones. It's all mixed up. We can see if it breaks the map. What bit's that? This bit. Let's have a look. So now we're hopefully going to get an anti-clockwise kind of raising up. As we go round, it's going to go from low to high to higher to higher to higher. And then we get the high, this bit right here. We get this highest section. And there should be just this like real distinct height difference between the forest and the wastelands. So this might take a little bit of time, because we're doing a lot of mountains and a lot of bits and bobs. And then we might have to tweak it. But let's just see if we can get it going. Let's see if we can get it going, because I like it. And we might be able to save this one as a good map. We might be able to go in and have a good fly about. But here we go. And again, like, it depends on your computer greatly. This is only going to be taking me, I don't know, 1 minute 16. Absolutely ram-packed full of nice things. All right. We've got a river in the waste. Don't you even do that to me. Why has the wasteland got a river? Why is the other not got? I've got no rivers on anything, and I've got 2 rivers. Oh. Sorry, I have so much stress with this mod. And also, do you know what it is? No, I'm not going to save that map. Dudes, guys and girls, look at this. You see this one? Biome terrain mode. Per biome, would you? Sorry, I just wasted 1 minute 16 of your life there. What a muppet. You wouldn't think I wrote this damn thing. God's sake, put so much effort into this, and even I forget to put on per biome. Okay, cross your fingers, and then it'll actually do stuff. So now we look at that! Look at that! There we go. Mountains. I've still got a rogue bloody lake and debris in there, which I'm not happy about. But hey, let's get this going. You can see the height difference between. There's something going on between the wasteland and the forest biome. We'll go and have a good look and see if we can get something going. Come on. Why is there a lake and a river in the wasteland? Why is that? Now, I've had problems with this before because the wasteland and terrain placement is like separate beasts. You can easily sort out the terrain for all the other biomes, but for some reason the wasteland is just a right little git. It's really annoying. Right, come on now. Now it's doing. I was expecting it to be a bit longer. Right. Oh. What? Why is that? Is that snow? No, it's not. It's just. Oh, it's dipped those down. Oh. I feel like some of the problems I had before have come back. I got the right version of the mod on here today. Okay, we are at extremes. But anyway, to start with, and also, where's my bloody mountains here? Is it because they're so the big difference? See, Wasteland's broken again. Ah! The Wastelands is broken again. Hey, hells. I'm having hell. Trying to get this damn thing working. That's interesting. So all of this is snow-capped mountains. It's decided to make the whole thing mountains. I don't know. But anyway, look, if we were in here and then you go, oh, look, now we're going to a slightly higher burn. And then we're going to go to a slightly higher thing. You made a full 6K city map. Nice. Well, there's lots you can do. I've broken the wasteland. So this is not going to be released in the next couple of days. It's going to be 3 or 4 days. But it's kind of getting there. Yeah, this is the newest version, Hells, of hey Jim, how you doing? Oh, Heratoga. I've kind of separated everything so it's a little bit easier to deal with, and I've added island stuff and I've added this terrain stuff that I'm messing with now. Let's bring the wasteland down to 0. And generate it again and just see, because it's because we've gone to the extremes, it might be messing it up. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. Dark Sector, yeah. How are you, Jim? And how are you, Hells? Are you alright as well, mate? Make a 6K thing. Yeah, what's Hells been up to? Always playing 7 Days to Die. Yeah, I was watching, what were we watching yesterday? Watching someone play the latest version of the V3 of the challenge. The challenge. I like that you get the drops now coming down. That's pretty cool. That was upgraded since I last saw it, or I didn't see one last time I saw someone play it. That looks very cool. The Dijon Tower. Right. Yeah, I think I've ballsed up the wasteland. So ignore the wasteland. It's not doing as it's meant to be. Well, that's what we're here. Right, make a note. Per biome, wasteland. Wasteland not being... No. Wasteland being naughty. There we go. I've typed it down. It's being very, very naughty. Been busy IRL. Just sat down. Got a couple of drinks. Nice one. Nice specs. Yeah, these are my new specs. So now I can see. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad it's going well, mate. It's all good. What have we got here? Yeah, it's not being happy. I don't know why it's suddenly making such big stuff. I don't know. Let's have a look. We've got our mountains. We've got our mountains. We do have the mountains there. But they're not acting like proper mountains at the moment. Do you know what it is? It's probably my transition width. I did lower that, and I don't think I need to do it. Let's make them crazy tall as well. Turn up. No, we'll keep that on. Just going to try a few things, see what happens. What's the other one? What's the other one? What are you having trouble with? Like this damn thing. Oh, another thing I've got to try. I tried to bolt on the one of every POI mod into here. And I haven't even tested it yet. See, now that looks better. So it was to do with the transition width. I still don't know why there's a lake there. I don't know why. We might still be able to turn that off, but it should not. If I've said no, then it should not do it. It's kind of annoying. I don't know. Oh, mods, they're fun, aren't they, Hells? Just go round and round in circles sometimes. The problem is I'm trying to do... I have well over 250 options now here. And it just... one thing breaks another. And it's like one bit of code runs, and then you've got to change another bit of code because that one now annoys that one. Ugh. But if I can get it to work, this is what I want. I just want good things to happen. Do you know what I mean? Now, I have had the full offset and it's been working. Oh, for multiplayer. Screw multiplayer. People who... just loners should play the game. I know. It's a problem. Is there a way to tell RWG no water at all on the map? Yes, there is. Right, this is looking a bit better. We now have, although I seem to have a size issue with my mountains. We've got a nice big wide mountain deals. I've had better mountains than this. I've messed up my mountains. But you get these really cool roads that go through here. I like this. What if, I'm going to try and break it. What if I go and do this one? What if I did that and put a river in between? Let's bring this down to 6K so we can do it be a little bit quicker. But I've just had a thought of something I've never thought to do. Let me just humour me. Just humour me. Let me generate a couple of little things here. Because if we could get mountains, what if we could cut a river through the mountains? It would look insane. We're going to try it. It's just I used to have this mountain setting could be manipulated by this height setting. But I've got two very similar settings now. I basically need it to work. But then if somebody clicks per biome, they might not want to. Let's see what these look like. Oops. Don't you break on me. Okay, now we got some proper mountains coming through here. These, there's definitely something with the height is causing an issue here, the height differential. Or there's something, I think it's just the wasteland is broken. Wasteland breaks all the time. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go river. I'm going to put a river in there. But I've also said put biome boundaries of mountains. So one's going to run before the... I didn't even think of this before. I've never tried it. So either it's going to put some mountains down and run a river through the middle of them. Or it's going to put a river down and override those mountains. I don't know which ones. And I may have made the rivers a little bit too wide. Or it's broken completely. It just doesn't look right now. We'll see. It normally puts the rivers right at the end. Just doesn't look good. It's just made really big rivers, but that's because I made it too big. But that's another way of making like a separate kind of deals, right? So that doesn't it doesn't do anything with this. I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna check my mountains now. I'm gonna make wasteland really high again. I'm just gonna quickly try that very, very quickly, or I might exit the game and try it. Road gen, cheese. You need it, yeah. No, I know. When I first made the height biome deal, I just made the biome level different heights, and then you forget that all the roads have separate code. So the roads would kind of, it would be fine, because what happens is when you change the height of something, the way the game works is all the sub roads, I don't mean the main roads, I mean all the other roads and everything, fine, they all drop down. They're all attached to the biome height. Whereas no, The main roads are not. The main roads, they have to be attached to their own code. So you end up with these. When I brought the level right down, it was like, I'm tooting along from my little house. And then you'd have to go, and then go back. Absolute pain. Right, let's have a look here. What have we got? Yeah, I've had better mountains here. Okay, just to check. Because I've done lots of buttons and press and stuff. This can happen. Right, there's no way I'm going to get rid of the issue of this. I'm going to restart the game again. And we're going to try and just make something very standard. Just to see if we can get it. And we'll start. Now what I'm doing is I'm pressing all the buttons here. And as I say, my own instructions are to not press all the buttons. Right? My own instruction is to go, right, what do I want here? I want something where I say, okay, let's go biome mode. So you've got single biomes if you want. I'll have a custom. And what I'll do is I'll have like, I don't know, like a... actually, I don't want this one. I want custom spokes. Now what this is going to do is this is going to, and what we're going to do is we're also going to leave these on default. I'm going to get rid of all that crap. I think I might make these all 20%. Why is it so hard to make everything 20? There we go, 20%. Okay, that's all good. Definitely the code is broken. Oh well, it's my fault. It's not there as a really small text or anything, I don't think. So all I've done now, very quickly, is I'm just making a map. No, I'm not making a single world map. What did I just do? Biome. Custom spokes. Oh, I left this in single biome. See? We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Right, so we've got that back without having to apply the editor tool. Okay? So that's fine, right? Then let's just try some step by step. We're going to get some terrain going. And I'm going to say per biome, without messing with these settings, which I did before, I would just like some mountains, right? I'm not going to do anything else. Are we down to a smaller map, please? Right, so I'm doing it step by step. What order are the biomes placed in the world? You can choose what you want in any of those in my spokes. You can decide. It's the options there. I had someone post earlier on today or yesterday, and they were like, "Oh, can you make the forest not be next to the wasteland?" They were obviously scared of it or something. And I was like, yes, you just go here to your biome, and at the moment it's forest, burnt, desert, snow, wasteland. Forest, burnt, desert, snow, wasteland. All right, we are overriding the slot size as well. But if we wanted forest, I don't know what you want. You tell me. Jimmy Bo 1000. Forest, desert, burnt. So you had to cross at the middle. Boom, wasteland, snow. And then we generate the world. Then you're going to get it, you know, the only way to cross without having to cause yourself problems if you've got progression on is to get to the middle of that map there. So you can actually map. Have you heard? You can catch chimkins. I know, I was trying yesterday. Well, I caught one yesterday. And it got really annoyed with me really quickly. Right, let's have a look to start. Let's have a look, because we managed to break mountain generation. But this, along the border here, looks like mountain generation for everyone. This looks good. All right? That looks good. Terrain. That's mountains. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about this. If I take that on vanilla, but I decide, oh, this is just the standard mountain height, isn't it? But if I go biome boundary mountains, and I make them really tall and snow covered, let's see if we can do something. If you drop them late game, it spawns zombies. Really? Is it meant to? Is that just like a bug? Because the thing is it's built, I'm guessing it's built, because if they say they get angry, then it must turn into the angry chicken, which we know is in the game. And if they've got the angry chicken, then it must go through a process of changing it from being a chicken, and then you drop it and it replaces it with a different thing. So maybe they've just either made a mistake or they want to really ruin your day. Right, what have we got now? Look at this. Now we've got tall mountains in between. Just imagine, this is great. So what we're going to do is we're going to start upping the scale of things to see if we can break it. So now they're all the same height, except as we are playing away here, you can kind of see through the mountains, and then you follow the roads. Are there any roads that join them? Oh, not in this. Well, there is here. Right, and get some nice mountain passes. But again, that's to do with your seed. Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. I love it. All right. So that's doing what I expect. It's not having a problem with the wasteland. So what I need to do is if I go to this terrain, what should we do next? Shall I try and kill everything and see what happens? Scales from vanilla unless the family's set to custom. Oh, yeah, of course. But still. Okay, what I'm now going to do is I'm now going to take all of this off. I want to see if we can... I want to see if wasteland, or is it just that corner? Because we changed the biomes. What is going on here? All right. What if I turn everything off? Does it break the game? I'm going to see that. After game stage 40. Is it meant to do that, Jimmy? Is it meant to do that? Are chickens like cats and they always land on their feet? Or are they just dumb? I think they're just dumb, aren't they? Okay, that's doing nothing. That's interesting. It's because I changed this. And the problem is I think it's sticking with vanilla. I think I need to say on here, if you're going to remove... No, but if you remove it, yeah, if you remove it, I've got to make this... I'll show you. If I go to Crater, and I go Craters, Custom, it says to put Craters here. All right? Canyons, Custom. Water. Lake, Custom. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So what I've done now is I've put these into custom mode, and it says to put 2 to 8 lakes in there. But this should now activate because they're in custom, and I need to have a workaround. I think these cookies are so good. They dunked in milk, by the way. Why haven't you brought me a cookie if you've been making so many cookies? Ben, get me a cookie. I need a cookie. Ben, bring the stream a cookie. That's my son. He's just been making lots of cookies. Right, that's done absolutely naff all. Okay, we've got a problem. I've got a problem as usual. Yeah, there is. It's because I've recently changed this. And I haven't had enough time to test. So, allowed terrain ticks not working. Thank you, Ben. 2.
Show them to the camera.
Show them to the camera. He wants me to show them to the camera. Cookie.
Cookies.
Cookie. Do you want one? I'll have one.
No, it's all
Oh,
right.
that's for
I've
me.
like 5.
You've had like 5. Okay. I've got cookies, people. Look at these cookies. What are they again? Cookies, and what did we put in them? Chocolate, little chocolate and toffee balls.
Yeah. Quite nice.
Nice. Should we try a bit of cookie? The problem with cookies, you see, they're great when they're warm. They're always better when they're cold. And it's so hard to wait for them to get cold, isn't it?
Yeah, because you want to eat one.
Because you want to eat it. They're just so good.
And then if you dip it in milk, it goes like really cold, and then.
See this one, Ben? Put it in a. If you put that in an envelope, 50 wants one.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to send it to Portugal. Customs will charge them about 30 quid just to pick it up, but it'll be fun. Is that all right? 50? We'll send it off. You just pay the customs fee. We can't write cookie on it because it's food stuff, so we'll write. I don't know. Badge. We'll write badge and we'll stick a pin in it. Remember setting the pin off. It's good. It's done well. I'll keep that for later then.
Okay.
Thank you, Ben. How many cookies did you make?
The thing said 36, but it's about 50.
You made about 50.
I didn't
50.
think so.
Have you put them in the bags?
I'll do that now.
Yeah, go and do that now. Right, close that door then for it. Cheers, man. It's all right, isn't it? Now I've remembered I've got a son. It is 9:15. I'm going to just, if you don't mind, people, I'm going to try and locate my other son. Because I haven't heard from him. He's older. He's allowed to, like, go out and stuff. Let me just send him a little text message. And, you know, hi. Oops. Are you still alive? ... I really hope so. It's, you know, it's cool. Parenting 101, people. Parenting 101. Cookie, good. Right. So I've got child making cookies. That's a good thing. We've got snow-capped mountains. We've got loads of lovely mountains here. So tall that they're actually flattening out. But, hello. Holy moly. Let's show them. Is Thomas back?
No.
Look at that. That's the bag. It's the size of my head. It's amazing. Well
And that, plus the really big one.
oh,
and
plus
the
you
ones
made the
already
jump. And all the ones you've eaten. Okay.
Crazy.
Bonus. He's not in his room, is he? Okay. He'll be back. He's probably over Dan's. Alright. Cheers, mate. Yeah, if anyone knows where my son is, it'd be lovely to, you know, you do ask them, text me. They just forget every time. Okay. So we got that kind of thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start messing with the biome height and see how it affects these mountains. So let's make the forest really high. Excuse me. The desert really low. Just because they're next to each other. And I know that the wasteland on its own can be a bit of a problem. So I'm going to take that out of the equation now. That's annoying that they're stopped working. I don't know, mate. We'll go into the map and have a look. I genuinely don't know. I think it might be, but we'll see. We'll go and walk. Should we go and walk one? Bro, we'll DM up there and have a look. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? That would be kind of cool. Right, so let's have a look at these, the difference of these two. But it's kept the gorgeous mountains in between. And now, I thought, what have I done? Per biome! Per biome. The problem is now, okay, don't do this yet. We know that this is working on the side. Okay, that's logical. But if we turn that off, we're going to turn off all these tall mountains. And we're going to go back to the mountains here. Right? We're going to try and do the same thing per biome. Bit by bit. Bit by bit. Okay? But yeah, we will make some flat top mountains and we will go and have a look. That'd be kind of cool, like doing, you know, going up a mountain, looking over 2 different biomes. You could make a. Be nice if the biome went through the middle of it, and you could have a, you know, you could have multi-biome base. Right, here we are. So now we've swapped from using biome boundaries to having biome boundaries on the transitions, and you can see that these are somewhat less sexy. They're okay. It's just I seem to be getting whatever I did. It was here before, but I seem to get one boundary that just is a bit impotent. Weird. Okay. What if I try super tall ones? This used to work. That function used to affect this. Let's see if we can raise them up. I'll see you in a bit, 50. Nice cookies, though. Did I have another one? I did. I'll have that at the end of the stream. Okay. So we've got the mountains. What did we change? We made them taller. They are becoming taller. But for some reason, I'm getting one of them that is not... Okay, so this is odd. Because before, it was between this and that one. As in the one that was placed there. So what if I turn... If I swap the snow and the desert? The desert's going to become the snow, and the snow is going to become the desert. Generate well. Is there some kind of link to what's... Why are we not getting that everywhere? And you can see the problem because I start adding loads of things to the mod, and then I have to go back to earlier things that I've set, and then they all break. So it's this like massive iterative process that I've got. Right, so what have we got now? Boom, boom, boom. But between these two, it's weak. See, why is that? What? Why? Why am I getting... No, now I've got kind of 2 weak ones. Is that to do with... It's not to do with this. I don't know right now. I don't know. But what we need to do is we do need to go into this game and answer the question. Can we go on a flat top mountain? And can we sit on there and actually do something? Or is it at the top? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go new game. We'll turn this into creative mode. And we're going to start this off. We're going to go and have a look. Can we go and stand? There's one of the new deals there. Just fill up my drink with a bit more water. Ooh, 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 ooh. By the way, anyone watching right now, if you're looking, I have it in my possession. We have a free key giveaway this week on Friday's stream. After the Steam stream, on the 8 o'clock YouTube and Twitch stream, we're going to be giving away a beachwear armor DLC set. So if you want to go to that Discord link there, and then go and find, and you can do this every stream this week, each one counts. You can go to the giveaway channel, and in the giveaway channel, if you write down anything with the word beach in it, then you'll get a little, I don't know, a little icon thing. And basically, I'll spin a wheel on Friday, and we're going to give away to someone, we're going to give away a beachwear armor DLC for free. So, boom. Oops, got my drink in the way now. Let's get into this. Come on. Boom, boom, boom. Now, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. They're big-ass mountains. Right? This is a view and a half, people. Look at how gorgeous that is. I'm sorry, but this is game-changing. You're playing the game. You're, like, looking about. You're like, oh, God damn, this looks good. Right? Puts things like that into some kind of perspective now, doesn't it? Now it's rather than random, it looks kind of cool. But like, that's just the edges. What if we kind of go over here? Holy moly. Yeah, I think that is the top of the world. But let's have a look. Look at this kind of thing. Look at that view. Look at that for a screeny. Damn, that's lovely. Have you got the flu? Don't worry. Beat it with Zedexide Plus. It doesn't work. Oh, look at this road. Look at this. Look at this road. Look at this road. Oh, come on. Even though it's got lots of problems still. Doesn't this look cool? Hey, Dogface Mark. Am I going to have a pretty girl spin the wheel? Dress up if you want, mate. Whatever turns you on. That's just... Come on, people. This is the kind of view I want in-game. Trees, mountains, views. Bloody lovely, this. This is lovely. Oh, God. And then just like... You know, look, stop it, people. Stop it. Oops. Boom, boom. Motorcycle. Bam. Let's get some gas going. Bam. Right. Let's get some armor going. Oops. Armor spelt American. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Let's do this. I'm not messing about on my streams. We're doing this properly. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Gas that baby up. Yeah, baby. Cruising. We're cruising up the mountain road. Baby. Giggity gig gig. Gig. Oops. Giggity gig. Holy moly. I'm just going for a cruise. Screw this stream now. Sorry, guys. I'm in creative mode. Cruising. Oh, chickens are still alive. Let's find a chicken. Pick one of those damn things up. Look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, look. I can see the town. And there's natural mountains everywhere. This is... Oh, smooth. Oh, I'm cruising, boys and girls. Holy moly. Holy moly, baby. I'm loving it. Right? So, I believe this is the top of the world. We are reaching the top of the world. But there's trees on top. Holy moly. Let's get some frames going. Let's get some frames. This is the game just naturally maxing it out. Oh my God, we're going. There we go. You got 4 blocks. It leaves 4 blocks for some trees. Oh, look at this. Look at this bad boy. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. Bam, bam. Giggity down the hill, baby. Let's break our legs. Yeah. Giggity down the hill. Woo-hoo. Giggity, giggity. I'm not even pressing the button. I'm just falling down a mountain. Baby. I'm just moving my mouse a little bit. There you go. That's so gorgeous. That's so gorgeous. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Right, let's go and get let's go and just see if there's any other gorgeous views. Oh, what's the wasteland look like? Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. Looks a bit ominous. Like things have been blown up. Let's go to the desert. Big ass desert. It's a big ass desert in the distance. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And like, this is us not having any mountains in between. If you get mountains, you might get like a cool ridge that comes in through here or something. But like for an edge, I know you can still, there'll always be gaps where you can walk over, but you're going to reach the this yellow things here, right? Not this one, but the one over here, which is going to push you back. There you go, I'm being pushed back. So even here, basically you can walk the mountains. Oh, just go away. Weather, fog, boom. So there we go. This is the kind of maps we're going. And yes, you can build up to 4 then. And that's kind of interesting, because if you do that, then you could happily make yourself a small little base up here. All right, yeah, you can't go any higher than that. But at least you can have a 3-block high job. Oops. Yeah, it's a reasonable building, isn't it? Make a nice big flat top building up here. It's all there, mate. It is. Oh, man, look at this. There's a bit of Bernie over here. Let's go and have a look at this bit of Bernie. Nice. Yeah, I just think there's something... It just... Ooh. Schmexy. There's a big hole. It's just like, look... It just needs this. This game needs it. It needs that ambience. Will zombies spawn up here? Yeah, zombies will spawn anywhere. The problem is if you're here and they choose to spawn there, then they just kind of get stuck. If you found a small one of these, if you're looking for horde protection, if you made your base like... They will spawn like 40 blocks away from you. So if you made your base up here, and you just stood up here for a horde night, they would spawn down here, but they would climb up. Trust me, they'll make it. Remember, they're the ultimate engineers. They'll make it. But you could make some interesting horde bases. You could dig out a big hole in this mountain, turn off digging, get them to run up here and fall in. You can have a right laugh. There's so many options to the game now. It's amazing. But anyway, sorry, I quite enjoy that. But yeah, they will. I've spent many in years gone by where I've just been like in trouble and it's been horde night and I've been like, damn it, I'll just come up on a mountain, and then you see them and then you kind of like put stuff in the way and then you run down a bit and then you go and find another bit to stand on, and it kind of confuses them. It used to work, but not now, I don't think. Look at that lone tree. Yeah, I think this is coming out quite better than I thought. I've made a lot of maps, but I haven't actually looked at a lot of maps. So, it's kind of cool. But, as I say, plenty of things are broken. Share code's broken. Ugh. I hope it's not the things that I've been messing with in the... Anyway, we'll see. Somewhere I've done something. This could be as simple as that I've just edited something wrong. So, where were we? Unfortunately, we played a game, so it's probably... Has it deleted all our work here? It has, it has. Let's try that. Well, we've already decided... Let me check my notes. The allowed terrain ticks have stopped working. So there's something I've lost there. I'm trying to work out what it is. I might need some kind of tick box to activate them. But I think they'll work. Let's do it like this very quickly. Let's go custom spokes again. Let's go terrain. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the old, get rid of mountains, get rid of this. This is my usual test. I'm going to go, no, like this. I'll just get rid of the lot. It's easier for my brain. There we go. I'm going to do that. Mountains, lake, river, canyon, crater. The only problem is this craters are crap in this game, so they look awful. I might put canyon and crater in that one, and I might put. Let's go. Oh, I'm doing the wrong way around. Wasteland, canyon and crater. This one, canyon and river. Yeah, we'll just do that, and then we can see. Swap those round just so we can see. Right. That should work, and this is where we're going to find out if it's broken. If I go into custom here, and oh, we did try it maybe. Let me make these max. There's a reason for this. Boom, canyon, boom, max that out. Crater, boom, max that out. Generate the world. We're just going to see. Oh, you can certainly build an amazing world. This is what I need. I need an army of people that are prepared to do two things. Number one, sorry, three things. Number one, just do what I'm doing now. Just make some awesome maps. Number two, share them with me so I can do something about it and share them with the world and put them on my website and stuff. And number three, not go to Nexus post mods. Please do. Please endorse the mod. Please post, say nice things, whatever. But don't go there and go, it don't work. Because it's not going to work a lot of the time. You've got to work, you know. See, you can see what it's done. Okay, I have broken something, that's fine. Because this was working yesterday, day before. So what have we got? We've got mountains on all of them. Let's go and have a look at it anyway. It's an interesting map that doesn't have many towns or anything. But like, I bet you it looks gorgeous. I bet you it looks gorgeous. But interesting. Okay. And again, we don't have the biome borders in there. Yeah, it's not, because once you put this into custom mode, this is overriding vanilla. And if this is in custom mode, then terrain choices should come into effect. So that allow terrain is officially broken. There's two ways, some guy. There's two ways of doing it. When I fix it again, there's a blooming great big code that appears here. You copy it, and you have to, like, it shows about that much code on screen, but the code is actually that much. I mean, it's really long code. It's the only way to do it. You can send me that code and say, look, this is the map I produced. Even better is to, like, before you run the map, like before you enter, so go back and then hit save, which is always better than saying new game. Because if I show you, then you've got a chance of sending people a map. And I see this all the time with people's mods, and it annoys the hell out of me. It makes their mods too big. If I go and have a look at this, we made this one earlier. And here we have a whole bunch of files, right? So these are the files that you get. And these, right now, this was a big map. There's a lot going on this one. This is 131 meg. Now, I don't expect, sometimes they're a lot smaller than that. But like, it depends. Like on Discord, I can share that because I can share big files. But there's other ways of doing it. But basically, that's one way. You can actually physically give me the files, or you can do that. But always save it first and zip these up. This is a habit I get into. If I see something really good, I take that and then I go boom. Let's zip these up, these bad boys, right? Because let's yeah, use your let's compress to. Oh, don't add to favorites. Compress to that, right? So you make your zip file, you know, whatever it's going to, you have to give it a name, right? And you do that and you're like happy. The reason is, and I don't actually need that, is that what you're going to do is we've just been into one of these maps. And if you go into one of these maps, you can see there's more files. So if I go into details, I can't show you all these straight away. Well, you'll see the number at the bottom, maybe. Here's Splat 3, 0.98, less than a megabyte. But then there's a processed one that's 1.58, right? And you can see these things by going into details, going into date order, and you can see that all of these ones here were made afterwards. Look at that one, DTM raw and DTM process raw. The amount of people I see share their maps, and these files are in here. You're doubling your map size. If you get rid of that, boom, even if I go back into that game, it will regenerate them. So only bother with the original files, because maps are fine. And it annoys the hell out of me when I see somebody going, oh, look, I've got some game. And they blooming send you the files with all the process ones. It's just a waste of, you know, you might as well make your download smaller. So they're actually the original files are the main ones. But yeah, the share code is the way to do it. You can just say, look, here's a share code, here's a text file. You can easily send that on the Discord, on a Nexus message, like anywhere. You can put it on Pastebin and then just send me the link. And then I can regenerate the same thing, because once this mod is finished, if I don't update it anymore, this is why I'm trying to find out any last ideas to put in here, then we're gonna, it's all gonna be good. So this is kind of annoying, because this is I've just generated far too many things in here, and I actually wanted 0. Now at the moment we can still do this, I hope, because we could actually set our counts to 0 on everything. If we take the canyon and make it 0, if we make the craters and make them 0, what we should do now is we should get the same map, but we should have absolutely nothing on it, which would be lovely. If anything's on here now, I would cry. Mountains, of course, but I don't have a mountain 0 option. Well, I do. It's still running on the vanilla one, and I mustn't have changed that. But yeah, that's the deal, really. We're going to get the share code is going to be the way forward. If you make a great map, as long as you're just using the mod and you haven't got anything else in there, do you know what I mean? You can add biome map and make your own biome, but if you're going to do anything extra, you're going to have to, or biome brush, sorry, but if you're going to do anything extra, you're going to have to, like, send me the full files. Hills, mountains, plains, bam. Let's try it again. If we can get a completely bald map, we can start messing with it and start tweaking it again to test all the settings and maybe see what happens with the heights again. Now, if the mountains messed up, do the rivers mess up between biomes? I don't think they do. But I want to check. This is weird. It's sinking the land on these things here. Now, this is a problem I had a long time ago. I'm going to have to fix that. See, it's just raising these bits of land up here. Is that... Okay. So I've just got to check. That's there. If I turn biome, if I turn the burnt forest to snow and the snow to burnt forest and generate again, is it only in the snow where I still have that level issue? That was something that I had a problem with a long time ago, a week ago. I wonder, would the pre-gen maps in game make problems depending on the map world settings? The pre-gen ones. No, the pre-gen ones are just there. They're just maps. That's it. They're nothing to do with map generation. They're just maps that have been made. Unless you mean something else. But when you say pre-gen maps, I'm thinking like pre-gen 6K, pre-gen 8K. They're just maps that have been made. Right, so at last we've got absolutely everything off. We've got vanillas. We've got a nice vanilla edge of the world. Right. We can mess with that as well. But let's now go to the terrain. And let's try a nice river between default settings. Let's see what happens. In fact, do I even need, because sometimes there's an easy fix. I'll need your feedback on this. No, ignore me. We do need those tick boxes. It's per biome, isn't it? It's very annoying. Don't worry, lots to do. Right, so now we've got recreating river biome when. Oh my god, every time. Bitterman, hello. Recreating river biome when. I don't understand what you mean. Unless you are looking at the map that we had before. I don't get... Try and give me a... I don't understand the question, sorry. Right, so we're putting rivers successfully in between everything. But if we change the heights of two things, is it going to mess it up? This is the question. Way back in the day, there was a river biome. I started in 11, so I don't remember. I played the earlier versions, but I played only pre-gen maps. And if anybody does want all of the previous versions, all the way back to Alpha 1, then they're all available on my Discord. Link in the description. Do. Come on. We're all waiting, game. Who's this? Croyd. Croyd #1. Thank you for the follow, Croyd. Welcome. Are you a fellow 7 Days to Die player? Is there anyone here, right now, watching that doesn't play the game? That would be interesting. I'd love to know that. Look at that. We've got some neat little river lines. Now, these are obviously straight because the biomes are straight. If you've got a wonky biomes, you're going to get a wonky biome one. But that looks good. That looks good, you know. You've got a separation between the two. This is kind of nice if you get annoyed by wandering things from one side to the other. Because this gives you a little bit of separation. Now, you'll still get, you know, the old dire wolf here, and then they'll just come across. But still, I think that's quite nice. That's quite nice, right? Let's now, this is what I'm interested in. Oh, let's just have a look. What if I get the, let's try and do forest up and snow down. Let's see if that ruins it. Hey, Croyd, you do play. Excellent. And thank you for the follow again. It's nice to meet you. Where in the world are you from? Let's have a look at Croyd. Find out all about Croyd. K1, as he's known. It's been around for a long time on Discord. Very good. Anyway, nice to meet you, mate. Come on. Give me some trenches. You dare break this one now. There's blooming better work. Or I might start crying live on stream. Ah! Hell's Janitor. Never played it before. Hells has never played it before. Oh, well, Hells, you're a nice guy. You write a lot of mods for the game without owning it. I'll have to give you a key. I'll buy you the game. What if you separate biomes with the river and mountain at the same time? Is there a command that you can add to mod code to use on selection of options over others? Woo! What's the sentence? Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do here. I'm trying to... It's been the hardest bit. It's been trying to say, I only want something to happen in a certain biome. Wowza! This is... Ooh. Now, these are problems I had in the past. Sheets. So it's not bringing the height of these. So these two are 80 meters in difference. But yet this is reaching a maximum. I thought I broke that maximum. Look, because you can place on that maximum, but it's the offset. So what this is, brain thinking now, so I've had this before. This is the order. It's to do with the flattening of where you place tiles. Okay. Let me make a note. Okay. Towns/cities not at level of per biome elevation set. Boom. Okay, doesn't matter, all fixable, but you can see at least we got that. But it has still made the river, but I fear in this case, if we would stand here, we're gonna have a tsunami. Should we go and see if there's a tsunami in this? Let's go and have a look. I think we're gonna have a tsunami. So I might have to mess with these settings. Yeah, I think we're about to have a tsunami. And the forest is gonna... This could be hilarious. Now, some guy was moaning at me about when they were moaning at me, of course, about the biome brush mod, because I don't make the biome brush mod, which is fine. You can moan about it, but like I can't fix it. And people are finding, some people have said that if they paint a river on there, then of course it flows, and that's quite logical, because if you're just letting somebody randomly paint their biome and there's a mountain there, then it's going to all fall off the mountain, and it's chewing up people's frames. So this could absolutely chew my computer up, and if the stream crashes, then at this time of night I'll probably just head to Discord and talk to people there. We'll see if we can break my game. I have no idea. It might do. But yeah, if it wasn't, we've almost done 2 hours, so, and I've obviously got a lot to fix tonight. So if this breaks my complete PC, well, actually, do you know what? I'm stupid, aren't I? If it breaks my PC, that makes no difference. The stream will keep going on. But what you'll do is you'll see a black screen, because I don't stream from this PC. I stream from another PC. But like, if it all goes black, just chill. I'm resetting my machine, and I'll be back. I'll be back. It'll be good. Could you code so terrain will taper out from city tiles? Do you mean taper from city tiles? Well, I just want those city tiles to be at the same level as whatever's set. They by default have a taper. It's pretty steep, but I don't want them to taper out. I want them to be at the level they're meant to be honest. Talking about crashing machines, why can't I get in the game? Has the water broken it before it's loaded? This is interesting. Did it save the map? 2146. It saved the map. West Tajijoto. I think it's done something where it's like, we broke it properly, guys. We broke it. It's thinking. Let me just have a. I know it's gone black for you there. Let me go to Task Manager. What's the damage? 7 days to die. I'm using 11% of my memory. Okay, it got in there. It got in there. It hasn't given me the best spawn point, I must say. And it's... Okay, so that's odd, because the spawn point area has actually changed the level of the water. I don't think... The spawn point's only coordinates. That shouldn't be it. I don't quite know. Oh, look at this bad boy. Yeah, it's having to load everything in. Now, this will kill a lot of people's machines. They will not be able to take this. Are we in a river? Holy moly, that river's... Why didn't I spawn in... Oh, I did spawn in the green zone. Because it doesn't know there's a river there, because it was made after the spawn points. Wow! They are thick. Thick rivers. Where was that bit with the snow? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're talking game-breaking mechanics here. Holy moly. Can we walk underneath this? Oh, no. Here it comes. Here it comes. The tsunami. Okay, we have a little tsunami issue. Let's go for a little walk here. Oh, you're coming for me here. Now, as I say, a lot of people are going to find that this will break everything. And people's... How long did that take my machine to actually boot that game up? That was ridiculous. So I might have to put some kind of like notes in there, like, oh my god, look at this go. Let's go over here and see what happens. Holy moly. Yeah, so you've got to, if you're using rivers, don't use massive height differences. That is spanktastic. Yeah, okay. But I like it. I like it. So this is what you want, isn't it? Yeah, you can't have massive height differences. Now, what do you want me to do? See, this is it. As the designer of this, what do I do? Do I force only slight differences? I don't want that because I want to allow big height differences. But then someone's going to do this and then they're going to go, my computer didn't work. My potato doesn't work. And I'll be like I give a damn. Look at this lot. It's all going for it. It's because the way it's... Oh my God, this town. You're screwed, guys. Alarms. This is tsunami. They can sort water out. Wouldn't that be a cool mod? Where... Oh, I might make that game. Where you're just in this massive, like... You're... Oh, 50, we watched that movie the other night, didn't you? And I watched the same movie, not the same time, not together, holding hands. We both watched this movie called The Gorge. What about The Gorge? But at the same time, you have water on one end. We mod it so the water progresses one amount forward, like a tsunami, every, like, I don't know, every 10 minutes in game. So you could have the gorge, massive gorge, just like the movie. Brrr, machine guns the lot, hordes of stuff coming at you. But at the same time, you could have like water kind of like, and you just know, like, so you go and make a little base and you're like, I'll sit here and do some cooking. And whilst you're doing it, the water's coming towards you. Cool. I will put an advisory. That's why I've added the text boxes into there. Because I know there's lots of these advisories that are needed. But there'll always be somebody. There always is in this game. There's always someone. Do you know what I mean? And it's always the person with a computer that breaks it. Excuse me. So, we now know that that's a bit of an issue. We've got to sort that out. Let's try and do this again then. Because this is our bit more practice. Let's try... I like the spokes as a good way of testing. It's a nice way of testing, right? So the custom spokes. So this is it. I'm going to have like these things. So let's this time put some edge on there, right? So when you do vanilla, you either get like a little mountain or a little bit of water, and it's a bit randomized. Well, what if we want water all the way around and we make that really big, and then we make it like a, you know, I think, oh, scratch noise is still really bad, I think. But we'll try it anyway. Boom, boom, boom. Blah, blah, blah. We'll make it anyway. On the edge. Scratch noise is really bad. But I don't know what it looks like on the ground. So you can take any map as well. And if you know, there's all the island options. But if you actually want something that's just like, oh God, that's really bad. I can see that's really bad. This was my first attempt. A long time ago. I might... Okay, that's really bad because it's only a 6K map. And it kind of made a wave... I've got a wave function going. But yeah, Gorge Challenge. I'm thinking that would be good fun. And then at the top of the gorge, in case somebody tried to get out, you could just trash it with landmines. Landmines everywhere. Just coat literally the surface of it. It could all be wasteland, couldn't it, inside? Although there's biomes in the movie. They go from like it's like yellow fog, and then bam, it goes to green fog, and it changes really quickly. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, you can just change the edge, whatever. Let's just kind of go broken coast, find something interesting, just to add to the fun. Maybe that'll be the next one, because that's, you know, the other stuff we were talking about. It has that kind of flowing feel. Maybe that's the one to do. You all right, mate? Hey, he's alive.
When did you message me?
You messaged me. Because I messaged you at 9:15, but I hadn't heard from you.
On mine, you messaged me at 20 past, and I also messaged you back at 20 past.
At 9:20?
Yeah.
I know, but
No.
you didn't.
Yeah, 20 past.
Oh, you sent. Yeah, well, yeah.
Has it just come through now?
No. It came at 9:20. I just didn't notice.
Okay.
But I wasn't really worried. I just didn't think you were actually dead. It's just you didn't message me earlier. Did you go over Dan's or something?
No, we're just chilling.
Just chilling. So I am live. Chilling. Where'd you go? Did you go to the reservoir?
Yeah, we just got around the showers.
Cool, cool. That's right. No, as long as you're alive. It's probably still light outside, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's
I
lighted.
want to get back in these darks.
Yeah, that's right. It's cool. All right. As long as you're all good.
See ya.
Oh yeah. Talk to Ben and say, I hear you got a cookie. Right. So I have 2 children now. That's always a bonus. Always a bonus. I could have just given them this cookie, but guess what? It's mine. It's good. So we can make something that, excuse me, that looks a little islandy, which is nice. Would you be able to add pre-gen maps, same size as default, but with no settings to the mod to use as a plain canvas to work with? Do you mean to... Oh, jeez. Undo that. Hang on a second. So you say, if I go to... sorry, I just did something really... There we go. If I go to my data directory and I go to worlds, pre-gen 6K, are you talking like you want that as a basis, or you want the whole map? Pre-gen maps, same size as default, 6810K, with no settings to the mod. When you say pre-gen, I think you mean these. Excuse me. Or just a... I need more, mate. Make the zombies climb. That'd be interesting. With the gorge challenge, we're going to think about that. He's obviously given me the well-cooked ones. But I do like them like that. And they're good. This is great. I'm thinking world settings. Rooted. Are you dead in ditch? I love it. I'm going to start using that one. I'm thinking world settings. So here's the world settings. Boom. That's the world settings in game. Sorry, site. Like, yeah, if you change your world game settings, it's going to make a difference to the outcome. You should be able to add pre-gen maps. Same size as default. Come on, really try and describe what you want. Because, like, yeah, I can add things on it, but I need to add it before release. Because when I'm done this, I'm done. Right. So we've got something pretty there. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to PGz. And then PGz, it's got my original mods. My massive cities, mega cities, super cities. And now it's got the original PG mod. I'm going to have to change the text now. I just typed in the wrong thing. But the one of every POI mod. So this is now going to override this. And it's going to try and put one of every POI in the game. Just one. No more. It's going to look quite sparse. See, like the map you have. Up, say, Hospice Valley. Hospice Valley. This one. Do you mean the biome layout, or? I'm sorry, sir. I'm getting really confused. I don't quite get what you mean. So I'm thinking world settings. They seem to make... Okay, let me read the whole lot together. Would you be able to add pre-generated maps? So things that I can pre-generate. With no settings to the mod. So like here I have my map director, but that affects the mod, you want the same kind of thing, pre-generated maps, but just for vanilla. Is that what you mean? I'm not going to say lots of things. I want you to answer that question first, because I know there's a big delay on especially you're watching on YouTube. There's a massive delay. So are you looking? Because I do have pre-generated things. You just click, oh, I want a main island, or I want a Metro Apocalypse, or I want the 5 Kingdoms, whatever. But are you saying you want that for vanilla? So you don't have to go no mountains, no hills. You can just say, But anyway, we've got Hospice Valley. Now, Hospice Valley, if I go, I haven't saved the map, but if I go to my generated worlds, it actually... Okay, this is where I'm going to find out if it works or not. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to save this one. There's Hospice Valley. The thing is, it's got a report in here. Saw what it looked like. And this report is going to tell me. So what we got is we've got total available standalone POIs, 914 of those damn things. And it has placed 914, 100% coverage in here. One of each trader. And we have a list here of every single thing that it's done and how many, the count of how many it's got. So we've actually made a map that has just got exactly one POI of everything. So you're never going to see a thing. Yes, like that, like a fresh start world, only altered by mod settings. I think, okay. I think so we can have blank canvas world with, yes, like that, a fresh start world, only altered by mod settings. So I'm getting confused because before you were saying not messing with the mod settings. Are you looking for vanilla? Because the thing is with vanilla, there's not a lot you can change. The thing that makes a difference to if you're using vanilla or you're doing any of my mod, the thing that wins hands down is the seed. The seed is it. And it's like you can have an absolute trash map and you put something else in and you get something amazing. A fresh world only altered by mod settings. I think the only way is to come and talk to me, maybe, or to just write me a paragraph now and say, I want to be able to click on vanilla and I want to be able to go boom, or I want to go to your map director and I want a choice that says this. Tell me what you actually want. What's your dream map? In fact, this is to everyone. What would be your dream map? What would it look like? What would it feel like? What settings would you like in there? You know, what would be it where you go, oh, that's gorgeous. You know, that's what we're trying to find out. Right, so anyway, we've got a few things. I think basically what I've done tonight is I've found out that lots is broken and I thought some of it was a little bit better. Plenty of things are going well. Do you know what I should do right now? I should actually just check that I loaded the correct mod up, because that would be embarrassing. I'm very sure it is. I've got different codes on there. 148. Yeah, I've got the latest version on there. But it is absolutely messing around with me. Okay. I'm going to have to go and do some work on that. But no, I hope... Oh, so, yes. Even if I put a space in my seed, I get water borders or mountains. So now you're talking about the water borders or mountains. That's because your edges are in vanilla mode. Vanilla is either a mini mountain or a mini water, and depending on your seed, it randomizes what's on the side. That's the reason I have custom water, is then I can guarantee on the top edge, the bottom left and right, I can guarantee that it's going to be water rather than the randomness. Or if you want mountains, you can put mountains on there and you can guarantee what they're going to be. And if you have the C distance of 128, short line linear with no noise, and we generate a blank map, boom, we should get something like, now you see, did I put it all on mountains? I put it all on mountains. I put it all on massive mountains for some reason. Hang on, let me fix that. Let me press escape. Edges. If I put it all on water with the C distance like that, if I put space in my C, you're always going to get that. That's just vanilla. Do you want it like so it's flat all the way to the edge? Is that what you're saying? So it's the game auto-naming your map, not a problem, or G20 settings. It all comes from the seed. The seed rolls the dice. You can have flats as well, but flat comes out a little bit weird because it puts like a weird ramp depending on your height, and I can't seem to get rid of that. The game is auto-naming your map. That's why I've added a rename option. So basically, what you have to remember, let's just talk about how maps are made before we go. So the way it works is there are 2 seeds in everything that you do. So firstly, there is the one that you know what the seed is. It asks you, there you go, you got flat. It actually flattens out and makes sure nothing out there. So you have a flat bit, but it kind of always, it depends because it takes the median height. And of course it does weird things like this. Depends on your height. If you're, you know, here the world is lower. If you make a flat map, that's fine. You put a seed in here, and that affects everything that you know and love about the map. So even if you mod it, you can say, I only want 5 of these, I only want 2 of these, and I don't want any of those there and everything. But the general gist of it will change every time you change a seed. The thing that will also change is when you go into a game and you say, right, I'm going to play a new game. Play a game. When you say new game and you put a game name, that is the seed for everything that lies on top of the game. The plants, the trees, the rocks, all of those bits. All the things you can hit and pick up and everything, the golden rod and whatnot. The game name is the seed for that. So yeah, there's nothing you can do, but that's the whole point. You can be using all of these crazy options and you can get absolute diabolical dog's gonads right here. And then you can go here and go, bing, and it will make something completely different. But I've given you the option of making your own name. So when you generate the world, this will change. I want random world generated maps where there is not 1 or 2 meter bumps between certain RWG tiles. And this is the problem that I've been having, and we showed earlier, when they become more prominent. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? The random world generated tiles. The problem is what they're trying to do, and this is the problem I've had. They kind of, I think they do it by, I've tried to see in the code, it's something like 0.5 meter. But anyway, we all live in a world of it's 1 meter, okay? But what they do, it's like when you go to a road and you place down a block. Sometimes that block sits on the road or the grass, and sometimes it's kind of like slightly sunken in, isn't it? So it has this trigger effect where you might see the level of the ground here, but that might be, the level of the ground might really be here, and this has been drawn in extra. And it kind of messes things up. So when you put a tile down, you need enough space to put the tile down. 150 by 150, sorry, 150 by, no, 100 by 100. No, 150 by 150. And everything's got to be roughly flat enough for it. If there's a mountain there, it ain't going to work. So this is why, I don't know about you, but whenever I do it, I just start and I go boom, 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 every time I run a map. But that's why I wanted to make all this lot, because I like mountains. You saw how beautiful they were earlier, but I want them in the distance. I want them where I want them to be. I want them all gorgeous. It just, yeah, it does, exactly. So it helps the generation. Now, the thing is if you're making a quick map for a game on your own or just a mate or something, you might go, you know, this game is built that you kind of go, oh, you know, default 8. Yeah. You might make a little smaller one. The moment you do go smaller, there's nothing wrong with a 6K map. I like a good 6K map. Nice, easy, get around, do the stuff, big enough. But there's just, the generation just isn't enough for some of for the layout. 8, really, they have as default. I see that as a minimum. And this is the problem. A 10K map, and you've actually got the chance of getting some big cities in between some big mountains, and the way they lay it out and their algorithms for like laying out strips of mountains and stuff. You know what I mean? You've actually got a fighting chance with that. But when I sit on a 10K map, even if I'm playing on the community server or something, and we've got like 5 of us there, you know what I mean? I'm waiting for the bloody gyrocopter so I can go and check out the different traders, because you've got miles to go. But of course, what do people want? They want 16K maps because they're nutters. But I'll give them the option. They break their machine. So it's just it's just annoying. I don't know. You say maybe you're thinking about too much about it, but I think too much about this is the whole point. I've thought so much about this to try and get this to work. And you can see it's still broken the day I want to do a stream about it. But it's very interesting the way it's done. But you have to remember, this is why this is difficult. I'm trying to do options, but what you have is you have like an order to things. And part of that issue, Bitterman, with the bumps is they run a flattening pass. So they have a pass where they're trying to flatten areas, because they know that if you just let the random generation work on its own, it's just going to be too bumpy for cities. So they run this kind of flattening pass. And if that kind of is not in the right order, or it affects something else, it's like one thing affects the other, affects the other. No, well, oh, of course, I'm not nerdy at all. Sitting here making this. Anyway, we've got stuff to do. Yeah, I've got stuff to do. So thank you tonight. It's been good fun, actually. I've enjoyed this. Tomorrow, then, all I can do is ask you if you're about. It is now, for me, it's 10:15 in the evening. That's the time it is for me now. 6 p.m. my time. I'm going to be streaming exclusively for 1 hour, if it all gets set up correctly, on the 7 Days to Die Steam homepage tomorrow. So come and join me, see what it's like when I'm sitting there talking to myself, going, and see what happens. Maybe, you know, when I build my horde base and stuff like that, maybe I'll catch a chicken. Then I'll be back on tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Maybe tomorrow I might have a bit more fixed version of this, or maybe I'm not. I don't know. But that's what's going to happen. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mess with this, but I'm going to go over to Discord if anyone wants to come and say hello, because I need to go to the loo and all that lot. But tonight, of course, there is the second attempt for Starship Flight 13. Unlucky for some. By the way, all this problems I'm having is because it's the 13th version of my mod. Unlucky for some. But Starship, the big ass Starship, is going up again at midnight for me. So I've got like an hour and a half or something for that. And I want to watch that. The way you find it in Steam, let me show you that. So tomorrow, 6 p.m, as I say, 6:10, 4.25 of an hour before this. Like, it kind of comes up when you go to their it's not their store, but you go to their community hub. If you go to their community hub, there's broadcasts, and you can see all these people that have had a go at doing different broadcasts. And if you go to broadcasts, if it's live, then it will pop up, and it does this. I don't know. Sometimes I've been on games and I've literally gone to the store page and I've seen that they're streaming. I don't know. I think it looks different to me because I'm the one doing it. I've got so confused with it. if I'm not there, it's because I couldn't make it work. Because I have to do all this weird stuff. Streaming on Steam is a whole other beast. I have the instruction set I've got to do it is like... But basically, if you go to the store page, like sometimes on some stores I've seen it. I thought I've seen it where you see a live or it says they're live and you click on a button. I don't know. You gotta just start clicking on buttons for me and see what happens. You know what I mean? Help me out. Is there a setting in the mod to leave out all empty and derelict POIs? Do you basically mean tier zeros? There isn't... To decide if something is empty, there is no like physical something I can read that just, well, not really something I can read that says this is derelict. I suppose we could have, but there's some really good ones when it comes to you know what they call the broken ones, the remnants and stuff. But when you mean empty and derelict, do you know what I mean? Because there's not many of those that you get in general vanilla. Don't know what that would be. An empty or derelict. But like if you mean tier 0, yes, you have the option to just not have tier 0s. All the waste of space ones, lol. Yeah. Hi, Refilu. Great mod, thanks for your hard work. I tried the penultimate version of your latest mod and found it a bit fiddly to configure. I'm using an older version of Massive City. Well, seeing as you're here, mate, and you've only just popped in, I've been doing some testing tonight on the mod itself. And if you want to just have a quick look, yeah, we've got lots of different things in here, but just have a look at the layout, because if you thought it was a bit fiddly, let me just show you what I've done very quickly before I finish the stream. I'll show you very quickly, mate, what's going on. Because basically it now looks like this, where you have everything in its own tab, just so it's a little bit easier. And I have the ability, I will eventually be able to do this. You know what I mean? I'll be able to write some notes for people and give them some advice and stuff. So I've got another week's work on this, I reckon, and then we'll get this out. But we've got a new island section. We've got a new updated edge section. Lots of terrain tools in there. But hopefully, you know, it's going to be less fiddly. Do you know what I mean? But there's so many options, it's going to be a bit fiddly. That's the problem. Yeah, but I would like, because the problem is every time I mess with it, and it messes with the code system, and now I broke the code system. Every time I do that, you add something up and it changes the code system. So basically, I need to get to a point where I say stop. Plus, I want to do with some other things. You know what I mean? I want to do some other things. I want to make some videos for the channel and stuff. So I'm going to have to kind of like draw a line under this. Do you know what I mean? So if you want anything added to this mod, go to the Discord and post it in the next couple of days. And don't forget, just before we finish, if you want to get a beach town, the beach armor set, go to the Discord now and post in the beautiful giveaway. No one else has done it tonight, which is fine. All right, look at that. We've got 1, 2. We've only got 4 people in the draw. We've had like, I don't know, 30, 40 people watching over the past few nights. We've got 4 people in the draw, and Nice Dice is in twice. Who's going to win it? I'm going to tell you on Friday. Right, thank you very much. It is currently 28 degrees in my room. I am boiling hot. My son has got back. I'm going to go and see him. I think we're just going to ditch tonight super quick because I want to get on with this. Oh, what's that? That's not my Discord link. That's a huge one. That's interesting. Is it possible to incorporate vehicle density options? Damn, that's actually a good idea. I never thought of that. The only problem with it is vehicles. No. The answer's no. You could get in a third time, and then you'd have a 45% chance or something. No. Because when you're talking about how much, like I could make a mod, but it'd have to be a mod that you keep on your machine when you're playing, because as I said earlier, you weren't here then. When you all the placement of the cars on the roads, the grass, the trees, the big boulders that you hit, all of those things, that is not created until you make a game, not the map, until you go in a game and it uses your game name as the seed. So therefore, to affect that, I will have to affect what goes on there. That's absolutely possible, though. That is absolutely possible, but it's separate. Which is interesting, because why not? Why not, after this? Now, you got me thinking now. Make some notes, people. Make some notes. What if this is a random world generation map thing? This affects the generation of this. What if we had a mod that could affect, you know, I've done the honey mod before, I've done all of that. Why not have a mod that sorts out all of those things to do with, you know, how many cars, what's the grass like, how many trees? Well, that would be a separate mod. What do you mean on city tiles? Oh, if I want to change the amount of cars on city tiles, no, because they are just standard prefabs. Like when you go into a house and they've placed cars and they've placed zombies, a city tile is just a prefab. That's all it is. Tile population, maybe it can't, no. On a tile, if you see a car, what they do is you place a random vehicle down. So when you go there, you're like, oh, look, I've got a truck. Oh, look, I've got a sedan. That's just one thing's been placed there. There's nothing how you can do it. Yeah, exactly. The same kind of thing. But why not in general map? Because it's almost like you want two of these mods. Because people don't realise that that's a separate thing. Now, the way they're doing it probably is because you can actually set the density very easily. It's just in the XML. You just go, I want the density of grass to be this, or the density. It's simple to do. But like if you want to mess with something, like this mod does it. This mod you only need if you're making a map. But you will need to keep this mod loaded if you change one thing. And I don't know where I've put it now. And it is the one where if you have, boom. If you, this section here, if you change these all markers, you will need to run this mod when you run the game. Because what it does here is one thing that people got annoyed with is when they made a mega city map, there was no grassy area, so there were no ore blocks. And if you dig down, you find no ore. That's because the ore underneath only spawns because there's an ore block on top. And an ore block can't randomly spawn on top of a tile or prefab. This part of the mod, if you're using Mega City or Super Cities, but this one produces ore markers on the surface and you can set the density of them. But that does mean this mod must be on when you start the game and when you walk into, this is the other thing, these mods are needed because it doesn't generate it for the entirety of the map. It rolls the dice using your game map name, not your map name, your game name, every time you walk into a new area, a new zone. Could you have the cars spawn randomly in the wilds during? No. That happens when you walk into the block. So again, just to make it super clear, it's all right. I like these questions. I don't mind. Keep going with them all. When you walk about a map, so if I go to saves local world, no, there's the world, just copied that, player, all of these, everywhere I've walked into these different zones. 1.07, and I've got a couple of files for them, and these files contain I can't. What I've lost it. What the name's going to be. But you go into a zone. What's the word name? 50. What's the name? A random world, not a tile, a region. Yeah, region. A region file. Yeah. So when you go into a region, which is like quite a big area on the map, but not too big, but like you go into a region, it generates all those bits there, but it doesn't roll the dice until you've walked into it. So in those region files there, it tells me where, as I say, grass, stone, trees, random cars, everything. It's all there. So you need to have a mod ready to manipulate the vanilla code every time you walk into one. If you teleported way out of bounds, you would create one of those regions. Yeah. If you teleport somewhere, boom, it has to create this region file. These are the biggest pains. These are the ones that break on people. And if you break the region file, it breaks your game. But I did make a video a few years ago on how to fix it. You have to work out which area it is. You have to delete the file. You have to go back in it. You can fix it. But anything you built in there, because it remembers in that file your base. If you place the block, it puts it in that file there. But they all generate. So anything you want on the surface or anything that is placed by the player during the gameplay, it's all in these files. These are the most important files of the lot. But yeah, so this, yeah, you're right. So it still happens today. If you're playing on the map and then you just right click teleport miles away, boom, it'll make a region file for that. And it has to, because you have to have crap on the floor. Or if you went outside, oh, it used to make something for you to land on. Oh yeah, it doesn't even let you out now. It teleports you back. I didn't realise that. Interesting. So you could have way too many files. Love it. So there we go, people. Lots of questions answered. If you have any more questions, please come and find us on Discord. Post them. If you ever see myself or 50 in chat, just jump in. Don't worry, we're not scary. Lots to do here. I'm going to crack on with it. My brain is going to melt. But we're going to end up with a brilliant mod in the end. So I'm going to say goodbye.